Primetime Country. We are here with Harper Grace. How we doing?
Doing great. How are you?
Good. Is this your first CRS?
No, this is actually my third CRS, so kind of like, I don't know.
What's the experience like at CRS?
I'm from Texas and I was homeschooled, so I'm a big talker, so I actually love it. I thrive on meeting new people and chatting and hearing what they're doing, so honestly 10 out of 10 for me.
So, like you said, you're from Texas.
Yeah.
How'd you get into music?
Honestly, it started at a very young age for me. I really became infatuated with the sound of country music blaring through my grandma's record player speakers, as well as my dad's truck bed. And so, not the bed of this truck, actually. I was riding inside of the truck. Interesting. The truck speakers. Anywho, that's really kind of where it started for me. But I was in gymnastics for a long time as a child and was supposed to follow in my mom's footsteps, but at the age of 6, I quit to do music, and my grandma bought me a guitar, and we had a piano donated to our family, and from then on, I wrote about shampoo, conditioner, and homeschooling, and just started writing songs and music, and I never turned back after that.
That's great. So what made you make the leap to Nashville, and really hone in on that?
Well, I remember when I was about 14, I heard on the radio that one of my favorite songs at the time was written by somebody other than the artist.
Yeah.
And I went on this long rabbit hole of looking up Wikipedia and trying to figure out who are the writers, who are the session players, who are the mixers, the producers, and this whole world of Nashville started to open up for me, and I realized that there were so many other people doing something in the industry. And so for me, I booked a 2-week-long trip after messaging people, kind of trying to do connections and all that. From then on, and I took my first working trip when I was 14, and then I moved here when I was 19. It's been great.
That's great. So you just put out a song on Friday,
yes.
Correct? Tell us about that. It's called If Daddy Says No.
Yes, it was a song that I wrote about a situation that I was put in with my dad and the relationship that I was at the time. I was in love, and so I thought it was somebody that my dad did not approve of. And my dad actually did say no. So this song is very true to that situation. I wrote it while still being in the relationship, so in the tension of trying to choose whether or not I was going to be a hopeless romantic and choose love, that wasn't right for me, or if I was going to stay true to my roots and listen to my dad. And so, I faked my engagement for this song, and I posted about it, and wore the ring for 2.5 weeks, so I could really tell the story of what I thought it would be like if I said yes.
So what was the feedback, after you were like, hey, this is just for the song,
It was honestly, I thought I was going to get a little more, maybe some not so great positive vibes than I actually got.
Right.
In total, I think maybe 2 people actually said something that was negative, but the rest of it was like, oh my gosh, thank you for taking on this journey with us and kind of telling the story, and also hearing other people's perspectives of a lot of people's dads did say no. A lot of people ended up getting divorced because their dad said no, or the other perspective of people, their dad saying no, and then they're happily ever after, and their dad likes them now, or they don't have a relationship with their father, or it's coming from the perspective of the dad being like, I can't wait till one day somebody does ask me for my daughter's hand in marriage. And so all of the perspectives have kind of trickled into this story, which is so cool to hear, because at the end of the day, yes, this is a story that I wrote about my own personal life, but it's even more rewarding when it's relating to somebody else as well. Especially the country music listener, because I couldn't be there without them. So.
Who are some of those influences? There were maybe people that you listen to today, that you're fans of.
I would say, growing up, my influences stem from Loretta Lynn and Patsy Cline and Dolly Parton and Roy Orbison. And then on the soul side, it was Christina Aguilera and Alicia Keys. And there was a gospel artist we listened to a lot, Nicole C. Mullen and CeCe Winans. And so all of those pieces I actually still listen to today. And then obviously today's music, I love Hardy and Morgan Wallen and Ella Langley. I think they're incredible songwriters and incredible artists. But I would say old school gospel and country definitely portrays into what I do now.
That's great. So you mentioned an album.
Yeah.
Can you kind of give us some more insight on that and what's to come?
I can a little bit, I guess, since, we're chatting. The title track of the album is Decided, which is a song called Dear Heart. And it paints the picture vividly of just, if Daddy Says No is going to trickle in on this and a few of the other ones that I've released. To me, this feels like a project where I'm like, if my heart was a notebook and I could rip out pages and they'd still have some extra little blood on it or something, some hurt and pain, that they'd be on the page for you to read and incorporate. Or it's, pages of love and hopefulness. But with Dear Heart, it was just, I felt like I was ready to tell bits and pieces of my story in the most vulnerable way that I possibly could. And so having 2 singles out before If Daddy Says No, were definitely the fun ones, leaning into the more serious side. And then If Daddy Says No is telling the picture of a very serious predicament that I was stuck in. So in leading to that, there are all these different pages kind of being ripped out and portrayed and leading up to the album Dear Heart.
Amazing. So what's your tour schedule look like this year? Can people come see you on the road?
Yes, actually, we will be posting a lot more and announcing a tour soon. I have a few festivals already on the website, but I'm actually in the process as well of doing a school tour. And so we have a little box in the website. If people work at schools or in the school district, they're welcome to put in an email. I used to be known as the worst national anthem singer ever. And so a big piece of my heart is just telling the anti-bullying story and talking about how being at a very low point in your life and how to find courage and confidence in that. And so, I have a few schools booked this year, but I do all ages, 1st through 6th, or 1st through 5th I do alone, and then I also do the middle schools and the high schools as well.
That's so cool.
Thank you.
I feel like not a lot of artists are doing that,
I mean, it's been such a wonderful piece. I think at the end of the day, I love music and I love writing, but I don't want to do it just for me. And if something holds an impact and actually helps people, that's what my heart desires. Amazing. And so if I could talk to a school a day, I flipping would for the next 10 years of my life. So if you work at a school, let me know. I'll come.
Let's go. That's awesome. Well, Primetime family, you heard it first. Go check out Harper Grace on the road. Go check out her music. Go hit her up on the socials. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you. Appreciated that.